Often whenever we talk about dictatorship, we are given the examples of the leaders of North Korea and China. But did you know that an even bigger dictator is ruling the Middle East? It is none other than Saudi Arabia's Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, also known as MBS. Now be it killing Washington Post journalist Jamal Khashoggi, or usurping power from his own brother and imprisoning him, kidnapping the country's millionaires or going against religious leaders, MBS has done every illegal thing. He even kidnapped the prime minister of a country and forced him to resign. But why is he still called the modernized Saudi leader today, and what is the real truth behind this innocent appearance?
In today's video we are going to cover everything. Let's start the video without delay. So friends, check out the journey of Mohammed bin Salman to become the crown prince, the eldest son of Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud. When Salman bin Abdulaziz became king of Saudi Arabia in 2015, he then made Mohammed bin Salman Minister of Defense and Deputy Crown Prince. When he announced his nephew Salman bin Nayef as the next crown prince. But suddenly in 2017, Salman bin Nayef resigned as crown prince. After which Mohammed bin Salman automatically became the new crown prince of Saudi Arabia, but it is said that Prince Nayef did not resign of his own free will, but was forced to do so. It has also been alleged that he was kidnapped and held for several hours and all his credit cards, mobile phones were sold. After when Mohammed bin Salman, replaced by Crown Prince, that time Nayef and his brothers were then jailed in March 2020. Allegations of conspiracy against the government. However, this brutality of MBS started not from here, but from 2015 because he started war against Yemen the same year he got the post of defense minister. The objective of this war was to eliminate the enemies who are supporting Iran. For which, with the help of America, Saudi Arabia and the United Arab carried out more than 20,000 airstrikes in Yemen, killing millions of people. Even after 7 years of this war, no one in Yemen has been able to speak about the war. All the people and journalists who were against Prince Salman's hiatus were either killed or imprisoned forever. And when the international media brought this up, Mohammed bin Salman came to its defense and silenced everyone by calling it a field military operation. Then the great journalist tried to show the terrible face of MBS in front of people. Actually, I am talking about the famous journalist Jamal Ahmad Khashoggi, who used to write about the Middle East for the Washington Post. Jamal blamed Mohammed bin Salman for killing Yemeni civilians in his report, and tried to show its truth in front of people. He also said in one of his reports that since Salman came to power, the number of people sentenced to death in Saudi Arabia has increased because no one can say anything against his power. Even though Jamal fled the country to save his life, he could not escape from MBS. Former UN journalist Agnes Kalama said that a group of Saudi agents brutally killed Jamal inside the Saudi trade embassy in Istanbul. Many believe that the reason behind such incidents is to prove that anyone who speaks against Prince will have the same consequences. So the Saudi government says that the Crown Prince has no role behind Salman's murder. For this, the American judiciary freed him from the crime of murder. But American Judge John Bates said he had no choice but to release him from the case, and it was clear the decision was made under pressure from the Saudi Crown Prince. And friends, from this incident you can guess that MBS is a powerful man, but the story of his brutality does not end here. Let me introduce you to some more controversies and secrets of Mohammed bin Salman's conference. Number 1. Abduction of Lebanon's Prime Minister. Have you ever heard of a leader who went on a visit to another country and resigned from his position during that time? Believe it or not, you may not have heard, but in 2017, this actually happened to the Prime Minister of Lebanon. In fact, in November 2017, Lebanese Prime Minister Saad Hariri visited Saudi Arabia, but was detained and imprisoned by the Saudi army. The next day, he announced his resignation on Saudi Arabia's official channel. According to reports, King Salman and MBS invited him to meet after he arrived in Saudi, but he resigned a day later. This incident caused a great uproar in Lebanon. And the people there believed that the king and the prince had made a deal to kidnap them, and they forced Saad Hariri to resign. The Lebanese government tried hard to get its prime minister back from Saudi Arabia, but to no avail, and finally 2 weeks later, Prime Minister Saad Hariri returned to his country at the behest of French President Emmanuel and withdrew his resignation. Number 2. Capturing the billionaires of his own country. Mohammed bin Salman's name also comes up in the case of kidnapping the billionaires of his own country and collecting ransom from them. In fact, it was in 2017 when Saudi security forces suddenly arrested many of the country's richest men on corruption charges, and with the arrests, their businesses were sealed and their bank accounts were sealed. But what is surprising is that these people are not imprisoned in jails but in luxury hotels where they are physically harmed. A New York Times report said a total of 17 people were abducted in the incident, some of whom were beaten so badly that they later had to be hospitalized. And some reports even claim that one of these tycoons died in the fight. It is said that MBS kidnapped these men because he feared that these men might become a danger to him based on money. Mohammed bin Salman wanted to send a message to the public that he had the real power, and the government demanded $106 billion in fines from these people in exchange for their release. However, we tell you that now MBS is not just a crown prince. Instead, he became the Prime Minister of Saudi Arabia. He was actually appointed as Prime Minister on the 7th of September 2022. You can understand how much his power has increased since this incident. After the PM, social and moral rules were changed in Saudi Arabia, which may lead to civil war in Saudi Arabia. We will see the effect of MB's rule and regulation changes in Saudi Arabia. So if you like the video, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to the channel if you are new. Thank you for watching.